What if one unforgettable moment revealed emotions Jungkook could no longer hide? In front of thousands of fans, he suddenly lowered his head, trying to hold back tears that seemed impossible to stop. And then, just a few steps away, Jin'S simply smiled. It wasn't a loud reaction. It wasn't dramatic. Yet that single smile instantly became the moment everyone couldn't stop talking about. Was it comfort? Was it pride? Or was there a deeper meaning that only the two of them truly understood? As ARMY replayed the scene over and over, one question kept growing louder. What really happened between Jungkook and Jin in those emotional seconds? Stay until the end, because this moment may reveal something you completely missed. Have you ever watched a single moment so many times that it began to feel different every time? That is exactly what happened after this unforgettable scene between Jungkook and Jin. At first, it looked like nothing more than another emotional concert ending. The lights were fading, thousands of fans were cheering, and the atmosphere was already overwhelming. But then something changed. Jungkook suddenly lowered his head, covering his face, as if he was trying to keep his emotions from spilling over. For a few quiet seconds, it seemed like the entire arena disappeared around him. The loud cheers became background noise as every eye focused on one person who appeared unable to hide what he was feeling. What made the moment even more unforgettable was Jin's reaction. Instead of rushing forward or making a dramatic gesture, Jin simply stood nearby with a calm smile that instantly caught everyone's attention. It was a small expression, but somehow it carried enough emotion to leave fans replaying the moment again and again. Some believed it was a smile filled with pride after witnessing how much Jungkook had grown. Others wondered if it reflected years of memories that only they could truly understand after sharing so many stages together. The contrast between Jungkook's visible emotions and Jin's gentle smile created a scene that words alone could barely explain. One looked overwhelmed by the weight of the moment, while the other seemed to be quietly reminding him that everything would be okay. It lasted only seconds, yet those seconds quickly became one of the most discussed moments among fans. As videos spread across social media, viewers slowed them down, zoomed in, and watched every frame, searching for details they might have missed the first time. Was Jungkook simply overcome by the emotion of performing in front of thousands once again? Did Jin recognize exactly what he was feeling without a single word being spoken? Or was this simply one of those rare moments where years of trust and friendship became visible without either of them saying anything? No one outside the two of them can know exactly what was going through their minds in that moment. Still, that uncertainty is precisely what has kept people talking. Sometimes the most unforgettable memories are not created by grand speeches or dramatic actions, but by a quiet glance, a genuine smile, and emotions that cannot be hidden. Even now, fans continue returning to this clip, convinced that there is one tiny detail almost everyone overlooked. And the more they watch it, the more one question refuses to disappear. What did Jin's smile truly mean at the exact moment Jungkook could no longer hold back his tears? Only they know the answer, and perhaps that mystery is what makes this moment so unforgettable. The arena was filled with thunderous cheers, flashing lights, and thousands of voices celebrating a night that would never be forgotten. From a distance, everything looked perfect. Every smile, every wave, and every step across the stage seemed like another joyful chapter between BTS and ARMY. But then, in the middle of all that excitement, something happened that instantly changed the atmosphere. Jungkook suddenly stopped. Instead of looking toward the crowd, he lowered his head and covered his face, as though he was trying to hide emotions that had become far too powerful to control. It was not a planned performance. It was not part of the show. For a brief moment, it felt completely real, and that was exactly why millions of fans found themselves unable to look away. As cameras continued recording, every movement became the center of attention. Fans weren't just watching Jungkook anymore. Their eyes slowly turned toward Jin. Unlike everyone else, Jin didn't rush to create a dramatic scene. He didn't interrupt the moment or draw attention to himself. He simply stood nearby, wearing a gentle smile that somehow carried an emotion words could never fully describe. That smile immediately sparked countless conversations. Some fans believe Jin understood exactly what Jungkook was feeling because no one had shared more stages, more memories, and more life-changing moments together. Others wondered whether Jin's expression reflected pride after witnessing Jungkook's incredible journey from the youngest member to an artist capable of moving an entire stadium without saying a single word. The more people watched the clip, the more mysterious it became. Every replay seemed to reveal another tiny detail: the timing of Jungkook lowering his head, the way Jin quietly watched without saying anything, the silence that somehow felt louder than the music itself. Within hours, the moment spread across social media, where fans analyzed every frame, searching for answers hidden inside a scene that lasted only seconds. Everyone seemed to notice something different, yet no one could agree on what truly made the moment so emotional. Perhaps that is what made it unforgettable. Sometimes the strongest connection between two people is not expressed through words. Sometimes it appears in complete silence, in a glance that lasts only a heartbeat, or in a smile that carries years of shared experiences. Those are the moments cameras can capture, but never fully explain. As the concert continued, Jungkook gradually lifted his head again, trying to compose himself before facing the audience once more. The cheers grew even louder, almost as if thousands of fans wanted to reassure him that he was not standing alone. Meanwhile, Jin's calm expression never completely disappeared. It remained gentle, steady, and reassuring until the very end. Even now, that single clip continues to attract millions of views because it leaves behind one question that refuses to disappear. Was Jin's smile simply a reaction to an emotional concert, or was it a silent message meant only for Jungkook? No official explanation has ever answered that question, and perhaps it never will. Yet that mystery is exactly why fans continue returning to this unforgettable moment, convinced that the real story may be hidden inside those few emotional seconds that the world witnessed together. As the final moments of the event unfolded, the atmosphere felt completely different from just a few minutes earlier. The laughter, the excitement, and the celebration that had filled the venue slowly gave way to something much quieter. It was the kind of silence that could only be felt, not heard. Jungkook stood beneath the bright lights, surrounded by thousands of voices calling his name, yet for a brief instant he seemed lost in his own thoughts. His expression changed almost without warning. The confident smile that fans had seen throughout the event faded, replaced by an emotion that appeared impossible to hide. He looked down. He paused. Then came the moment that would soon dominate countless discussions around the world. From another part of the stage, Jin noticed him. There was no dramatic reaction, no sudden movement, and no attempt to pull everyone's attention away from Jungkook. Instead, Jin simply looked toward him with a soft, reassuring smile. It lasted only a few seconds, but somehow it felt much longer. For many fans, that smile became the heart of the entire evening. It was almost as if Jin understood something no one else could see. Years of performing together had created a connection that rarely needed words. After sharing countless rehearsals, exhausting tours, unforgettable victories, and emotional farewells, perhaps they had reached the point where even silence could become a conversation. That possibility alone was enough to send fans into endless discussions. Videos of the moment spread rapidly, each replay attracting more viewers than the last. Some focused entirely on Jungkook's emotional expression. Others ignored everything except Jin's quiet smile. Every frame was examined carefully, as if the smallest detail might finally explain what had happened. Yet the more people searched, the more mysterious everything became. Some viewers noticed that Jin never seemed surprised by Jungkook's emotions. Instead, his expression remained calm from beginning to end, almost as though he had expected this moment all along. Others pointed out how Jungkook appeared to regain his composure shortly afterward. Was it because he had heard the crowd cheering louder than ever? Or was there something about seeing Jin nearby that helped him collect himself again? No one could answer with certainty. That uncertainty became the reason millions continued watching. Unlike moments filled with dramatic speeches or obvious explanations, this one left room for interpretation. Every fan saw something different. Every replay seemed to tell a slightly different story. And perhaps that is exactly why the clip refused to disappear from people's minds. Sometimes emotions become most powerful when they remain unspoken. A single glance, a quiet smile, a pair of eyes trying to hide tears. Those simple moments often leave a greater impact than the biggest performances ever could. As the event finally came to an end, Jungkook slowly looked toward the audience once again. The applause grew louder, echoing throughout the venue as if everyone wanted him to know they were standing beside him. Jin remained nearby, still wearing the same calm expression that had quietly become one of the night's most unforgettable images. Long after the lights went out, the conversation continued. Fans kept returning to one particular frame of the video, convinced there was a tiny detail almost everyone had overlooked. Some believed the answer was hidden in Jungkook's expression. Others insisted it was hidden in Jin's smile. But there was one final moment that many viewers didn't notice until much later. It happened only seconds after the cameras appeared to move away. And those who claim they saw it believe it completely changes the way this emotional moment is remembered.